Vibetribe family. Today is Let's Talk Tuesday, and you read that right in the title. A new chapter is beginning. We're going on an adventure. Yep, I'm moving. In the next 2 weeks. We'll talk about that in the video. I also talk a little bit about being a medium and a few other things. It's just kind of one of those squirrely kind of videos. So let's just get on into it. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you join the Vibetribe family by hitting that little red subscribe button right down there. If you like today's video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, as it does let me know I'm on the right track for creating content for you. If you don't like it, that's okay. Give me a big old thumbs down. Don't bother me none. Thanks for the watch time. Thanks for helping me too. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, as it'll let you know when my squirrely videos upload. Let's get to chat.
Hey everyone, how's it going? How's your day so far? Hopefully it's a fantabulous one. Cherri here, aka Diamond Art Addiction. And welcome back to the channel. It's Let's Talk Tuesday, so let's chat. As you read by the title, some of you are probably going, what? What's going on? There ain't no drama to be had over here, people. No, this isn't, yes, I am going on a new journey. Yes, I am moving back to Edson, where my kids and my family are. I was going to be moving with Mr. Addiction, but my oldest boy, Donovan, wrote me a letter expressing how he felt. He wants to be supportive, but right now he wants his mom. And my kids still need their mom. My daughter's turning 23, and let me tell you, holy sheep shit, we got some drama happening up over in there. Mama gotta move back. I need to keep an eye on that shit. So I contacted, my daughter lives in one building, and I contacted her landlord because, squirrel, totally liquid. I got so much I want to talk about. So I contacted her landlord, and if you guys know me, you know I live by the signs, right? Like, am I making the right move? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Universe, give me a sign. So, okay, I contacted my daughter's landlord and asked, I had it in my mind that if there isn't an apartment available, because I refuse to go live in Shitsville, not gonna happen. I'm not about moving to Crack Heights. Oh, hell's into the no. So I had it in my head, okay, if an apartment is there and ready, that within my allotted time, which I wanted before August 1st, my last date I wanted to move in was August 1st, because I wanted to make sure I was ready for my son to go to school, because my oldest boy, Donovan, is going to be living with me. So, oh, sheep shit, I'm losing my train of thought again. I've got so much in my brain. But anyway, so I contacted her, and I had it in my mind that if there was an apartment available, this is the right path. If there isn't an apartment available, then now is not the time. Lo and behold, contacted her, and within 20 minutes, I'm getting sent to a website to fill out an application for an apartment that will be available July 2nd. Today is June, 22nd, 23rd? 23rd, June 23rd. So now I'm going, okay, July 2nd, that's next week. Holy sheep shit, holy Mother Mary of Josephine. And then I'm like, okay, calm down. It's okay, Murphy. That just gives you, just because you paid for it doesn't mean you have to be moved in that day. I can basically take my time, because I'm going to need help because of all my health issues. I can't do any lifting, etc., etc. So it's just going to be a process over the next month that I am going to be moving my butt back there. And Mr. Addiction, he read the letter too. And he realized, it isn't fair to put me in a position where I feel like I have to choose. So this is where we're going to talk. Okay, so some of you have asked for me to tell the story of when I hit rock bottom and started my life over from scratch 11 years ago. Well, I got interventioned. What would it be? 14 years ago. Almost 15 years ago, I got interventioned. And I was told my kids or drugs. I chose kids. Sobered up. I was good for a few years. And then in the beginning of 2009, I was miserable, unhappy, which affected me being a mom. I came from a severely domestic abusive relationship into a very emotional and verbal, mental abusive relationship. So I stayed clean. I stayed sober. The only thing I did is I smoked pot. And, give me 1 second, folks. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back, making sure it's recording. It is. I got the camera at a different angle because I just use my phone. And I've got it so it's kind of like on the better. So the 3 cameras are picking up just better quality video. I am looking at getting a pair of like the earbuds, so that way I'll have more crisper voice. I don't plan on getting any fancy equipment and You guys, seriously, I am a basic bitch. I don't care about name brand. I don't like shopping. I'm not high maintenance. I'm a basic bitch. Hell, I even got a basic bitch car. That's just who I am. I don't need fancy. I am the last person who's going to be trying to keep up with the Joneses. I personally don't give a fuck what the Joneses have. And maybe that comes from my upbringing and just who I am. So I don't know where we were when I left off there. I kind of got to watch, So I was saying 11 years ago. So on Mother's Day, I know I've told the story, it's somewhere in a whip and chat, but on Mother's Day, my ex came home. We were celebrating my best friend's first Mother's Day with her 2-month-old daughter. My ex came home and he started picking at me, just doing what he did. Why is this like this? And why is that like that? And blah, 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 blah. So I went to walk my friends home because they felt really uncomfortable. And that was like, do you put up with that shit? I'm like, what? I said, that's nothing. And when they're like, no, you don't deserve that. Like, get out. And they could see that my mental state was deteriorating. I had actually relapsed. I relapsed on drugs in March of 2009. Sorry about the slamming, folks. That is Mr. Addiction. Not sure what's going on with him. I relapsed on my 30th birthday in 2009. My birthday is March 8th. So I relapsed on my birthday and I knew that is not where I was meant to be. A few weeks before my ex-best friend baby was born, I went to a baby shower and this was middle of the afternoon. And all of a sudden an owl swooped down in front of the truck that we were in, turned its head and looked right at me. And my friend was like, why? Whoa. That owl looked right. I said, yep, I know. And that was my first sign. I knew big change was coming and it was going to hurt. It was going to suck, but I got through it and it made me all much that more the stronger. So when I left in March, on Mother's Day of 2009, I left with nothing but my clothes and a few personal effects. And I started over. Built myself up to the point I was driving a Cadillac. I was working oil. I was making good money. And then I got sick in 2017. But that's neither here or there. My point that I'm trying to make is I've basically gone from I've always had a guy, I've always had a man. Like in between leaving the boys' dad and Richard, there was like 5 weeks. Because I left, I think it was like May 20th of 09. I met Richard July 5th of 09. So, and then me and Richard ended up having a break. We needed a break. Like there was a lot of crap going on. So during that, you know, like Richard broke my heart and there's been a lot of trust issues. I'm not going to go into details about that. Not everything needs to be out on YouTube. Just saying. Get the idea. We got back together. We've been back together now for 5 years. During our break, I started seeing somebody and it didn't work. Basically the whole point of this squirrely ramble is I need to take some time and I need to work on me. So that's what I mean when, you know, I need to work through my head. I need to work through past stuff, you know, and this is stuff that, you know, some stuff I will talk about on my channel, other things I won't. You know, there is a point where you can cross the line. Like, yeah, I'm raw and I'm open. Like if I'm crying, I'm crying. If I'm angry, I'm angry. If I'm sad, I'm sad. But some things are just best left off of YouTube. Come on, baby. I know there's a couple more. I'm working on Squirrely now, finally. Oh, no, that doesn't go there. Up there. We're working on Squirrely now. So I'm a little bit behind, but I'm still working on it. I just don't feel like I have any time in the day anymore. Like I'm spinning, you know, and going back and like being where my family is. Like my mom needs me, you know, my kids need me, but I need me. And basically what I mean by that is, how can I help anybody if I am messed up myself? And it's not that I'm messed up and broken. I've worked really hard. Like compared to who I was 11 years ago, being meeky and mild and mousy, I'm not that person no more. I absolutely fucking refuse to ever allow another human being to make me feel smaller than what I'm worth. It ain't gonna happen. I don't care if it's family, friends, I don't care who you are. I will always speak with kindness and respect until I'm given a reason not to. It's just kind of how I roll. It's something that I've learned. When I was talking about this with a friend today in a video chat, need a sippy first. And a little vapey vape. I was talking with a friend today and I forget the point I was going to say. Gosh, I hate it when that happens. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to remember what I was going to say. I hate it when this happens and it's brain fog and it is what it is. I'm not going to edit it out. I'm not going to, you know, cut out because no. I don't need my videos to be perfection because I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect, nor do I want to be perfect. Oh, I missed some silver. See that now? So the plan is I am going to go live in Edson until my son graduates school. And I will see where I'm at that point in my life. I don't know where I'm going to end up being. Like, I don't know what's all going on. I'm actually debating in 4 or 5 years when I'm done, my kids are all adults, that I might go live abroad for a while, go do some soul searching. You know, I've always been somebody's something, either Chris and Kathy's daughter, Larissa, Donovan, Carson, Xavier's mom, you know, so-and-so's girlfriend. You know, this is my employee. You know, who is Cherri? Because I've always been somebody's something, you know, and sometimes when life is like that and it's just the way it is, you know, you kind of start to lose your identity a little bit. you know, and I hope that makes sense. But yeah, like you start to lose your identity, and no one wants that. Okay, 1. We are doing these circles now. Ooh, purple, 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 purple. So things are going to be really, really crazy busy for me over the next month. I'm starting when bringing Carson back with me tomorrow. So I'm going to start working on the Patreon July mailouts. You guys are starting to receive yours. I've still got to go through comments from yesterday. Like, I cannot wait to get settled, you know, and then focus on Diamond Art Addiction and Purple Door Crafts. You know, I'm going on a new adventure. I'm starting a new chapter in my life. You know, I mean, Mr. Addiction and I are going to do the long distance thing. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it wasn't meant to be. You know, it's a risk that I'm taking, but my kids mean the world to me. And there isn't anything that I would not do for my children. And any mother would be like that. You know, so I need to take a break. I need to work on me, focus on Purple Door Crafts, because it's always been my dream to have my own, you know, spiritual / crafting business, you know, with things that I make, things that I bring in, and I want to work on that. I already told my son, when I get there, you have your bedroom, that's your space. Mom has her bedroom, my space. But the living room, that's Purple Door Crafts. Don't touch that, mama. Like, I need a place that I can keep all my crafting stuff, especially, like, you know, so many of you have reached out asking for resin pieces. Once I get settled in my new place, I've already started a page for Purple Door Crafts. I've got Vibetribe logos up. I'm waiting for my logo to get done. And then I will have a logo for Purple Door Crafts, but I have created a business page. And that is where, you know, I will post molds, video links, any new things that might be coming out, what glitters I have, what tints I have. So people can be like, okay, I want this mold with this, 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 and this. You know, because that's the colors they like. You know, give people options. Some people will give you free reign, and other people, no, they want it done a specific way. And that's fine, it's their money. So I'm going to be focusing on that, but just give me some time and patience. It's going to be crazy because now I've got to look at packing and sorting and going through. My goal is to be completely moved and living by the end of July. So my videos might be a little hairy, like I may not have daily or 6 days a week, but you guys will definitely get a whip and chat in, a live in, and that, you know, an unboxing, or like, you know, you might get 3-4 videos a week until I get myself situated. And you know what, you guys are so awesome. I know you're not gonna care. You know, and then once I get settled, we can do a house, like an apartment tour. It's not a big apartment, it has a stand-up shower, not a bathtub, but that's okay. I don't bath. I can't get in and out of the tub with my back because you go down into laying and no, I can't do it. So a stand-up shower for me is absolutely fine. It's gonna be small, and again, I am a basic bitch. So small doesn't bother me because it's just less for me to have to maintain and clean, because I am gonna be on my own with my son. I mean, my son is 16, and I know he's not going to let his mama get hurt, you know, and then in a couple years, you know, if everything works out, I will be living with Mr. Addiction. And if things don't work out, c'est la vie, it wasn't meant to be, and I'll be moving abroad. You know, the one thing that, if anything, over the last 11 years that I've learned is, how can you love anybody if you don't love yourself? You know, if you don't have confidence in who you are, what you can do, how can anyone else have confidence in you? And that's something that I need to work on. Like I was saying to Mr. Addiction today, you know, like, we'll see how things go. I don't know. Tomorrow is never promised. You know, like, I've learned not to take life for granted, but I've also learned don't let people take you for granted. You know, don't let people walk all over you no more. And that's something I refuse. Like I said, never again will another human being ever make me feel small or worthless. I don't care who you are. You know, if you don't like me, you don't have to watch me. But I really do. Like, I still got a lot of shit going on in my head. Like, it's not like I'm all, life sucks. No, I love life. Life is beautiful. It can hurt, but when you hurt, that tells you you're still alive. And that's what matters. Trying to mask your pain is actually only going to make it worse. And that is something that I have learned. Masking is not good. You don't want to mask. Okay, guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Hi, and I'm back. And it has been a good hour and a half, 2 hours. So I am completely lost at where I was talking, what we were talking about. But come on, it wouldn't be my video if it wasn't squirrely as heck. You guys know that. See, I'm even trying to watch how I talk. Me and my F-bombs. I even forgot to bring my F-bomb cover minders up. If you didn't watch Make It Monday, I got some new clay cover minders, and one of them is an F-bomb. You'll have to go back and watch Make It Monday. That unboxing is right in the beginning of the video. Anywho, I have been talking with hopefully what's going to be my future landlord, my daughter, my son's parents, and, you know, on and off with Mr. Addiction. And this is definitely the right move. That I know. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put my two-placer in. I don't know. I'm good with two-placing. I'm not a big multi-placer unless it's like huge color blocking. And then, yeah, I'm definitely going to multi-place the heck out of that shit. Oh, yeah. Sitting there single placing color blocking. Oh, hells to the no. So I'm excited. Like, I definitely know I'm on the right path. I'm doing exactly what I should. I'm exactly where I should be. You guys will definitely be going along for the journey. You know, I'm sure I'm going to have ranty videos over, because I'm a Murphy. Come on now. Anything that can go wrong is going to go wrong. It's just, when you're a Murphy, you just get used to it. It's just the way life is. I do know I was talking earlier about, you know, if you can't love yourself, how can anyone else? And it's not that I don't love myself. Don't get me wrong. I need to have confidence in myself. I love who I am. I know who I am. I am a kind, caring person who can be oversensitive and emotional. I will do anything I can to help somebody. I'll take the shirt off my back if someone else needs it more than me. You know, that is who I am. I just have to have confidence. You know, not arrogance, confidence. And that's something that I'm slowly getting. If I didn't, I wouldn't have started this journey on YouTube. And I feel so blessed to have met the people that I have, the Vibe Tribe. You know, I was saying today, I don't know where I would be without you guys. You know, you guys are amazing. And I'm going to take you guys along the journey. It's going to be fun to have you guys there with me as I start this next chapter in my life. You know, and this chapter is going to be about me. Yes, I'm a mom. That won't change. But it's time I get reacquainted with myself and learn to rely on myself. You know, because if I don't look out for me, who will? You know, it's kind of like a dog world or whatever the hell that saying is. I don't know. You know, so I'm looking forward to it, to be honest with you guys. It's something that needs to be done. You know, I was so worried last week. Okay, we're jumping subjects here. Squirrel. Last week when I did Let's Rant Tuesday, I wasn't sure how that was going to go down. You know, and the way you guys have reacted to my opinions and to my thoughts is really, really heartwarming. You know, I am anti-racism, anti-bigotry. I am all that, you know, and there's only one point I want to make. Everyone figures that we have white privilege. Yes, I'm not afraid if a cop pulls me over. Yeah, I may have some white privilege, but do people not realize that the white community, we have to watch everything we say, how we talk, because if we're not careful, we'll be called racist. And that's the last thing anybody wants to be called when they're not. You know, so that's why I've kept my opinion to myself, you know, until last week when I did Let's Rant Tuesday. I didn't talk about white privilege because I'm afraid that I'll be called racist. Now I'm fucking done. I don't care. You think we have white privilege? No. We are just as equal as everybody else. We all have the same rights. We all can access the same resources. We can all go to the same places. I am anti-racist. But think before thinking we have white privilege. Sometimes it feels like walking on eggshells. You know, like you're afraid of saying something that could insult somebody if taken the wrong way. So that's not easy to live with either, you know, and I have faced bigotry. So I want to thank you guys for being so accepting of my thoughts and opinions on that subject. I will always speak with kindness and respect. You can say anything you want to anybody with kindness and respect until you are given a reason to not be. That's just game on. You know, you give me a reason not to be kind and respectful, then you'll see another side of me. Mess with my children, you're really going to see another side of me. You know, and that's not me being all high on myself. That's just a fact. I mean, any mother would be. Any mother was going to be protective over her young. It doesn't even matter what species you are. And come across a grizzly that has some bear cubs and tell me what you see a bear. We've learned if you see a bear cub, back away real quick, real fast. Because where that baby is, you know mama not too far off. And see, the babies are more curious when it comes to humans. You know, because they haven't been taught humans bad yet. So when they see you, they want to come and see you. And if mama sees you getting close to that baby, oh, life be a bitch because it's going to suck. You know, and I remember actually learning all this in school, you know, because of where I live, right? Like what to do if we see bears or cougars. Well, but usually by the time you see a cougar, it's too late because it's already had its mark on you. You know, they're sneaky. They like to go up the trees. Sneaky little kitties. Tell you. You know, these are things that you learn. Just like, you know, if you live in another area, like say you live close to a rainforest, you know, you're going to learn about spiders. And if you live in California, you're going to learn about diamondbacks and earthquakes. Mexico, I have no idea. Definitely want to see it one day. But I don't know. I can't do the heat well. So I don't know how well a trip to a tropical place would be for me. I wouldn't want to be out in the heat. That ain't going to happen. I'm definitely not going to swim in the ocean. Oh, hells to the no. I don't know what it is. I have never had an issue. I'm so petrified of sharks. Like, literally, I think, like, you even put me close. I've been to the ocean a couple times. I used to live in BC. And I don't know if something happened to me in a past life or what, but let me tell you, oh, my Lanta. You know, and so I don't even know the whole point of what I was saying because I lost my train of thought. Spirit instead of squirrel. You know, okay, you guys, I am going to be 100% honest with you guys here. Like, not that I'm not always, but I cover up my gifts. I really do. I have learned, like, I'm open, I am an open book when it comes to being a witch. I really, truly am. But sometimes you know what, okay, you guys, I mean, if you've been following me for any length of time, you know all about what I'm about to say. I'm squirrely as all heck. I know that. I jump subjects. I lose my train of thought fast. You know, when I'm in the middle of a sentence or I'm in the middle of talking about something and I suddenly lose my train of thought, that's not necessarily squirreling. It really isn't. Especially when I'm live, it's even worse. It's not easy being a seer. It's really, really, truly not. You know, so sometimes when I lose my train of thought, it's not because I'm squirreling. It's because there's a spirit close by. And the energy is so consuming that it'll take over my complete mind, and then I forget what I'm talking about. So I'll go squirrel. When I'm live, it's even worse. And that's just because there's spirits for people who are watching. You know, I don't always know the message. Well, I know the message, but I don't know who it would go to. And sometimes things make no bloody sense to me. And I'm like, what? Because I can't hear. I'm starting to. Now that I've quit smoking and I'm not putting toxins into my body anymore like I used to, my gifts are getting stronger. Like, you can't put toxins in your body if you want to be able to flourish, you know, with your gifts. I'm learning that it's not a curse. For so long, you guys, I literally thought I was cursed. Like, you know, because I didn't want to be different anymore. So I know what it's like to not feel like you fit in. I know what it feels like to feel like you're the black sheep of the family. So if you're a black sheep like me, bah, baby, bah, we'll be the black sheep. But at least we can say we real. That's what I go for. I like people who can be themselves. Don't blow smoke up my ass. Say what you think I want to hear. Just speak your fucking mind to me. I'll have a lot more respect for you if you do. You know, and you can always tell ass kissers when you see them. And I mean, I'm never rude. But all that shows me, well, if you're not willing to show me who you really are, what are you trying to hide from me? And that's kind of how I see that as. You know, like, if you can't be open and honest about who you are, why? What you hiding? What about you don't want me to know? Like, there's a difference in people being shy or people literally trying to... what's the word I'm looking for here? 18. Okay, I need this one here. I missed a few of these color. So, oh, and see, now I forget. Oh. All right, so basically how it works for me. I know a lot of you ask. A lot of you have asked. So we're going to talk, okay? We're going to chat. This is a whip and chat. It's a squirrely one, but I know a lot of you have asked how it works. Well, here we go. Buckle up, boys and girls. No, it's not rocket science. It really, truly isn't. Like, I know I saw more of there it is. I knew I seen more. I need to put this color. Huh. Okay, we're just going to put you back over here now. See, listen to me talking to myself. So when I was younger, when I was a little girl, it was normal for me to talk to spirits. I was an only child, so my mom chopped it up to imaginary friends. A lot of people call them imaginary friends. If you've got your kid and it's not imaginary, okay, people? I'm just letting you know. Children, we're born with this shit. Some of us stronger than others, but we're born with it. And children and animals, because they're pure of soul, right? Like, until the soul has been tainted by bullshit, hatred, whatever you want to call it. You know, children don't know how to hate. They don't know how to dislike. They don't know how to hurt. It's all learned behaviors. They're taught it, you know, and my youngest is just like me, and so is my oldest, my daughter. My daughter is the next generation female. My son is going to be the second generation male. So when I used to hear them talking and answering, I knew. And I never made them feel weird or called them freaks, or I just said, oh, okay, yep, I know what you're, because I can feel it. I know it's there too. So basically, if I'm talking to somebody and there is a spirit there for that person, the connection is stronger because they're together. So when that connection is that strong, I can pretty much see, it's like a silent movie. That is like, it's so hard to explain. It's like a silent movie playing in your head. And it makes absolutely no sense. But yet the person the message is for makes perfect sense to them. So when I'm in the middle of talking and I suddenly stop and lose my train of thought, it's not always just the squirrels, it's spirit. I've learned it, I'm used to it, I've accepted it. You know, if this is something that freaks you out, well, the little red unsubscribe button's right down there. This is who I am. And to know me is to know the witch. Does it mean I'm going to bring Spiritual Sunday back for Patreons? Yes. Reason why. Those who are a Patreon, like I'm a Patreon for 4 or 5 people. 5. Yeah, I just signed up to another one yesterday. So when you are a Patreon of somebody's, like, yes, I do a monthly mail out. That is my choice. Doesn't mean everyone else has to. But when you're a Patreon, if you are a true Patreon and you're not there for what you might get for free, they're there for you. They're there to support you. They're there to support your journey. People genuinely like to help. It is human nature to want to be able to help thy neighbor. You know, it's unfortunate the world has kind of gone a little sour, but what we need to do is we need to teach the next generation, because that's where it belongs. That's who's going to fix this. You know what, the other older generations, even than mine. I'm Generation Gen X. Like, we were Generation X, 90s. You know, and grungy, like, you know, Nirvana. That was the 90s, you know, and we're the beginning of the change coming to the world, but it's what we, in this, our generation, if you're in your 30s, 40s like me, 50s like me, then you are my generation. You know, for me, the next generation would be my parents' age. And then the generation before that would have been my grandparents. We need to fix what was done. And the only way to do that is to stop teaching children hate. That's basically for me in a nutshell. I also say smoke weed. Just saying. You know, I swear, you guys, if the whole world at one moment, everybody at the same time smoked a joint, we'd have world peace for 2 hours. And then poor gas stations when people get the munchies. Just saying. It's just a known fact. You know, so to me, marijuana is medicine, because I would rather smoke marijuana than take opioid painkillers, especially with my past. You know, and that's what I know we were talking about that earlier with the healing journey and where I've gotten. And like it said in the photo in the beginning, I'm not starting over from scratch. I'm starting over from experience. I know where I want to go. I know who I am. I know what I want and what I don't want. And what I want and need right now is to work on me. I still got some issues from my past that I still need to work on. Like, we're coming up on July here, people. We're coming up on July. And if you've been a viewer of mine for any length of time, you know what July means for me. For those of you who don't, July 20th, my son would have been 21. Unfortunately, he didn't make it in the world. You know, he was born sleeping. And if Xavier would have lived, I wouldn't have Donovan and Carson. So that's where I say everything happens for a reason, even if it doesn't make sense and it hurts like hell. It's happening for a reason. That is what helps get me through the day. Following the signs, living by karma. If I do this, will I get bad karma? Oh, I will. Okay, not gonna do that. I don't want no. I've been dished enough karma in my life. I don't want no more karma. So I try to live by karma. Does that make me perfect? Nope. Do I need to repent when I say shit? Yep. It's human nature. I'm not perfect. I may be a witch, but I'm human. When it comes to this, I'm quiet again. I know. It happens. It is. I have a very strong spirit here right now. Male. 60s. Went really fast. Unexpected. No one's seen it coming. It's definitely not for me. So maybe it's going to be for somebody who's in the audience. I don't know. But yeah, I have a male here in his 60s. He died very, very suddenly. Very, very quickly. No one's seen it coming. No one even knew he was sick. He knew he was sick, but he saved his family from having to know, which he wants to apologize for. So if that makes sense to you, let me know. I'm a soul keeper, a seer, a soul keeper, however you want to describe it. You can look at the Celtic version of it. You can look at the native version of it. There's people in this world that can do it. I just happen to be one of them. For so long, I hid it. I hid that side of myself because I was felt this big. Like I faced holy water being poured on me, people trying to burn me, thinking I'm going to explode if I walk into a church. Like I faced a lot of shit, but I'm proud of who I am. And I will never, ever take that away from myself. But in order for you guys to fully know me, you got to know that side of me because that is a big part of who I am. So yes, when it comes to the Patreons, they will get spirit. They are the only ones that will see Spiritual Sunday. They are the ones that I'm comfortable doing card readings with and not just anybody. Like when I did the first round of live card readings, I was drained for days. I mean, days. And then the messages, of people wanting a reading because I don't charge. Well, it is an exchange of energy, and I want to make sure if I'm going to be using my energy on someone, that it's, I don't know how to it's just the way I am. I don't like charging. I truly, like when I see mediums, supposed mediums, charging like $125, $150 an hour, I'm like, are you crazy? Like, are you nuts? That's not how this game is played. It frustrates me. Like and you'll hear it come out in my voice. I get so angry when I see these people charging these astronomical amounts for bullshit. Okay, you guys, I went to a medium, okay? This medium knew I was coming before I even got there because the shop owner told her. I took off my rings. I took off my pentagram necklace. I covered up my tattoos because I wanted to see if she was a legit deal. And then I got, oh, here comes the witch. I'm ready to read for you. I'm like, oh, Deanna, why'd you do that? And then we got in there and she was asking specific things or saying you have a grandmother figure on the other side. Oh, bitch, we all got grandmother figures on the other side. Come on now. And then she's literally sitting there asking me questions. Well, you're the medium. Shouldn't you know this? Shouldn't you see? That's what I thought. Keep the $150. Karma's a bitch. You'll get what's yours. And then I'm like, she's like, you lost someone very dear. Yeah, I have. I've lost 2, 3. Well, more, but 3 really dear to me. My brother, my son, and my grandmother. And she's totally fishing for information. And I'm like, finally, I said, yeah, I lost a son. Oh, that's who I believe it to be your sister is holding. You lost your sister. I'm like, no, I didn't. I didn't have a sister. I said, I'm a lonely child. Like, I totally, like, she knew I knew. She knew I knew that she was a fraud. And then she's like, I'm getting a little overwhelmed. I think we have to end this. I'll give you back half your money. Yeah, you're overwhelmed because you don't know what you're doing. It's those people that make people like me look crazy. You know, and that's, I think, what pisses me off with it, you know, is because I can't read for myself. I'm too close to the situation. I can influence the energies. I cannot read for myself. It's almost near impossible. You know, so every once in a while, even someone who has gifts still would like a reading once in a while too. You know, because I do believe in all that. And I do believe in signs. You know, and I follow the signs the best that I can. Ooh, that almost landed perfectly. Ooh, go-to placer. Go-to placer, go-to placer, go. Say, ooh, squirrel. That was a squirrel. That was just a squirrel. That wasn't spirit. That was a squirrel. Just saying. I know I'm flighty. I know I'm emotional. I know I'm sensitive. I am who I am. You know, and I am so blessed to have you guys. It's you guys that are going to help me get through the tough times coming. That I know is coming, and there ain't nothing I can do to stop that. You know, that's sometimes where I don't like having my gift. Like, my grandmother's back, my dad's mom, and I know why. I don't know when. That's not for us to know. If anyone can tell you they can predict death, go like this. Literally, look at them and go, no, you can't. Death is not for us to know. We know we're going to die. We know eventually our time will come to an end. It's inevitable. You know, and that everyone says, what's the point of, like, what's the meaning of life? People will ask, like, what's the meaning of life in your opinion? I'm like, exactly that. Life. Live. Experience. Do. Have no regret. That's the meaning of life. Live your life to the fullest you can, even if things are going shit. Like, you know, and it's like, oh man, here we go. We're headed for a shit storm. You know, take it, handle it. You cannot control what's going to happen. What is, like, I've learned the twin sisters, karma and fate, don't mess with them. Don't do it. You're going to lose every time. Trust me, I've tried. You know, like, no, and that's another thing I was talking about with one of my friends on video chat. You know, we're talking about karma and fate. You can't mess with them. They are what they are. You know, and I always used to. So when I worked at my last job, doing the office / site managing, for the last year and a half, 2 years, I was miserable. I was miserable because of the drama. I was tired because I didn't have proper vacation time. I was always busy, you know, and mainly it was the drama. Like, oh, I couldn't do it no more. And I was crying every day going to work because I just was miserable, you know, and the universe would give me signs. It really would. Like, the signs were coming, like, you got to leave this job. This is what you need. And I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't listen to fate and karma. I fought it for 2 years. And then I got sick in 2017. Karma stepped in. Fate stepped in, said, you want to continue working there? And we're saying, nope. Done. You know, and that's kind of like what I live by. I hope that makes sense to you. Kind of makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Like, I am who I am. I'm gifted. Does it mean that I'm going to read for every single person? Nope. If I feel the need to, or if I feel an urge, like when I'm live, I'm just going to start saying, Spirit, here's what I'm getting. Bloop, 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 bloop. And if it makes sense to somebody, great. If it doesn't, well, it will when somebody's coming to watch it. Like, someone will come back and replay the lives. They'll get the message. If they're meant to get it, I'm just going to start spewing it because I've had enough of hiding it. I'm not going to do it no more. And the one way that you guys can get to, in order to know me, you have to know the witch. Because that is who I am. That is my soul, is of a witch. You know, it's who I am. You know, you want me to support your community. You want me to have compassion and understanding for who you are in your community. Well, then you need to have compassion and understanding for mine. And I am the witch community. You know, like you want me to be there for you and support you. Well, are you going to be there for me? If I would have been burned, you know, if I would have gotten burned because of my religion, would people have gotten upset? You know, like, so I do understand. Maybe not to the extent that some people, but I do understand what it's like to face hatred. And not just, you know, people, but the abusive relationships that I've made it through, you know, all that fun stuff. I'm looking forward to the journey. I really am. And I'm looking forward to having you guys come with me. I am going to be 100% open. If I'm having a shit day and I need to rant, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Because I know that actually helps you guys too. Because you see that you're not alone. You see that, you know what, just because I'm a creator, that doesn't mean I don't have bad days. And I'm not going to sit there and pretend that I have the perfect family, the perfect life, that everything's just perfect hunky-dory, because to me, that's like bullshit. Bullshit. Don't say, who you trying to convince that you this great? Yourself or us? Okay, yeah, that's right. You're trying to convince yourself. Quit trying to convince us. Just be real. Just show us that you have bad days. You know, I cannot handle fake. I won't. I just won't. I'll just walk away. I'll just walk away. You know, I don't need to justify myself. I don't need to say, sorry, I don't like you no more. You know, it's not that I don't like people. It's just sometimes once you get to know someone, you can realize that they're not who they portrayed themselves to be. Usually I can pick that shit up pretty quick. If someone's trying to pull the wool over my eyes, you know, but that's more if I'm in person. I can read your soul a lot easier. So we're in for a journey, peeps. Hey, Vibetribe, we're in for a journey. I wonder where I'm going to be this time next year. Should be interesting. I'm going to remember to try to come back to this video. I'm going to put a note in my phone. And I'm going to come back to this video in 1 year. And I'm going to see the differences between now and then. And on that note, I think I've gotten out everything I needed to say. If I screwed something up, if you guys are like, if I had you going, what, and then I cut off and didn't finish, just say something. I'm sure it'll come back to me. You know, comment anything you like down in the comments. I may not always reply to comments, but once I heart them, that means that I have read them. I do read every comment. I actually go back and I'll rewatch, you know, certain videos, or I'll go back and read comments. You guys are great. You help me get through a lot. And I am looking forward to this next adventure, this next chapter. It's gonna be awesome. I just know it is. I can feel it because I'm actually following the signs now. Okay, you guys, on that note, I am going to bid thee all farewell. Stay positive, live blessed, and until the next time, many, many blessings. #Vibetribe. Bye, guys.